Privyet Stalkers. Today is a fantastic day. Why, you might ask? You're not asking why. You already know. We got a brand new Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl trailer, A Time of Opportunities, and holy shit, by far the best Stalker 2 trailer we have gotten to see to this date, you guys. I think it is everything that we have been wanting to see finally in a trailer. It's so the length, the girth of everything in there, you guys. Fantastic. We get to see some gameplay, we get to see more of the maps, we get to see the PDA, we get to see some more of the characters, we get to see more of the storyline. There's so much we get to see. The PDA. Did I say the PDA yet? We get to see some of the PDA. I don't know. I just fucking love who doesn't love the PDA? Let's go watch the trailer, and then we're gonna go through it all over again, and we're going to see everything that we can see. Let's do it.
Скіфе, радий тебе бачити, друже. Валимо звідси. Ви тільки погляньте на це. Край, чарівний край черемоша й прута. Ти моя любов. Ти рідна матінко моя. Жива.
Координати закинув. Поквапся.
Зараз час такий. Час можливостей.
Усі ці жертви, усі ці смерті. Який в них сенс? Зона така, якою бачиш її ти. Я ж показав тобі, якою я її бачу. Іди своїм шляхом, і тоді ти зможеш побачити зону по-своєму.
That was amazing. The zone is always such a feast for like visually for your eyes as well as like your soul. And I just love it. Let's go into the maps really quick that we see. So one of the first maps that they really kick you off with is Rostock. Particularly, you get to see them right at the 100 Rads bar, and the other thing, the dude starts a fight there. I know that sounds super dramatic, but if you guys ever see my playthroughs, if you don't have to, I never fight there ever. I really value being able to go into 100 Rads bar, and I love that. While duty is not necessarily my favorite faction, I don't start shit there ever. I don't. That is something that is actively avoided. I try not to. The next one that you get looks like it's at. Oh my god, this looks like you're at a base of a cooling tower with a freaking big ass burner anomaly. For one, I love the pretty pause. That's a cooling tower. Looks like it. Amazing also scene to be able to see. Like, I love seeing the perspective because especially when I mean, you could tell that they're obviously massive from a distance, but anyway, like it's a great perspective to have seeing it like from the very base upward, but it gives also the burner anomaly such a more scary feeling to it. So like when you play Stalker, at least to me, most of the time the anomalies, you avoid them because they're deadly, but they don't really give you like a super ominous feeling unless it's like the gravy. That's an artifact. Unless it's a gravitational styled anomaly like the vortex or the whirligig, those give you a bit more of like that creepy feeling. But the burner anomalies, at least to me, really don't. In this, you really get to see, like, I would not want to ever set just I'd really never want to set that off. Gee, that would be spooky as hell. So the next one that stands out to me is the kindergarten they show. You don't get to see that one all too often in Pripyat. That looks amazing seeing that revamped. I don't get the kindergarten you spend so little time in. It's nice to see again. Then we get one of the firefights in Dark Valley Bandit base. It looks like we're actually going to see more of the gameplay of it. That looks so good and gritty, especially with that rain coming down. The next one that they show is just a really quick glimpse with that super cool bubble anomaly that I want to see more of. From what I can quickly gather, it kind of looks like it's a swamps map. It looks very much like it. And then they give you another quick shot, which is of one of the down stingrays. So I'm guessing Zatan, which would super make sense because, hold on, let's skip ahead. If you skip ahead, you have what looks to be Skadovsk, the Skadovsk ship in Zatan is, one of my favorite areas too in the entire series as well. Swamps is one of my favorite maps, and then the Skadovsk whole area in Zatan, the ships, oh my god, absolutely adore. Right after the down Stingray, you have a monolith base, most likely near the CMPP. Seeing you have that cooling tower in the back, which could be that location we saw earlier with that super badass burner anomaly. Possibly ties into with the, you see that hand-to-hand fight later on with Richter and Skiff with the monolith. Lighting almost looks the same from that scene to this as well. Other main guys are a lot of the underground labs. Not gonna lie, I'm utter shit with differentiating them, so I'm not going to try, but you get a lot of some of the really cool underground scenes, which is normally your spooky scenes in Stalker, so can't wait for those. Let's take a quick peek at the gameplay next. They give you the tiniest little second to look at the PDA, but if we pause on it, you have most of your basic stuff on your PDA, which is like your map, journal, note, statistics, archive, tutorial. Upgrades is the one I'm super curious to see what's under there, because you could obviously have always been able to upgrade your weapons in Stalker, but I guess I wouldn't see what, like, I'm curious what upgrades could be under there, because I feel like it wouldn't make sense for your weapon upgrades to show under there, so like, what upgrades are under the upgrades? I want to know. I lack imagination. What's the upgrades that it's showing? One of the other things that I thought was super neat, besides like showing battery power up top in the time, which also makes me wonder if they're going to be using some of the mechanics from the mods, which is essentially you have to replace your batteries and you actually have to get batteries. But I love that they have this little thing in the corner over here that shows, I guess, signal strength. I'm guessing you'll see that disappear and things like that when you have like an emission or something. But it shows your location too. So not only like can you look on your map, but I guess if you're not sure where you're at, it looks like it shows up there too. But like if you're roaming the map, but you need to see where you're at, I just like that. Okay. Sometimes I get lost in the zone. I mean, normally I know what map I'm on. I just like it. I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to justify this like it's an amazing thing. I like it. Bottom, the bottom is like markers, so it looks like you're able to put a marker where you want to, and then you have your legend that obviously shows you what is here. So you can also see your mechanic, so that's going to be the dude that you are going to be, I'm assuming, still fetching tools for. We'll see if fetching tools is a mechanic. I'm going to say probably still will be, considering the zone is about scavenging and people normally needing like an influx of supplies. You see where your traders are, question mark, so possibly places you haven't looked at yet. The flag, I'm guessing the blue part must be your marker. And the map looks good. Looks nice. Looking at your gameplay and the rest of the HUD we've already kind of got to see with the Bolts and Bullet trailer that came out over 6 months ago. The one thing that I liked that I don't think we got to see in the previous trailer as far as like your navigation system goes is your little navigator up there. We got to see on how it showcases obviously where the enemies are, but also when you kill them it gives you a gray X and it shows you where the bodies are as well. But when you're in Skadovsk, you actually now get to see the icons of where it looks like prominent things are. So I see the blue flag, so you're able to, that should be, as I said, your markers. So you get to see where your markers are, and then also it looks like you're going to be able to see like where your traders and everything are as well. So instead of if you get lost and having to constantly always pull up your PDA to get realigned, looks like that's going to be able to do the realigning for you in a far more simplistic way. Guns are the other really big treat that you get in this trailer. Unfortunately, if y'all know me, I am not a gun-savvy stalker. I just kind of go pew-pew and go. There are other stalkers who are a lot more weapon-savvy, who are 100% going to deep dive the weapons. It just ain't going to be me. But I am going to point out my favorites that I 100% can ever not notice because they are my go-to, like, grab if I can weapon in the zone. Like, if I can get the ammo for this weapon, if I could have this weapon, this is going to be the one. The very first one is going to be the Vintar BC, also known as the AS Val, which you see when they're in that monolith area by the CNPP. I honestly think that's my favorite. I keep trying to think if there's anything else that I enjoy more, and I don't think so. There's just something about the feel of that weapon. You know what? The feel of shooting that weapon just feels so fucking good. I just love how it fucking feels. It's smooth, and if you guys have a pretty decent aim and you're like, you're not flailing everywhere or anything, you're going to normally take out your targets very quickly. It's just, I love that weapon. I love how it feels. I think this is my all-time favorite in the zone. I will try to always have this. The other one is going to be the GP37, or also known as the HK G36 rifle. That's going to be later on. And honestly, it's easy to see why that's a favorite. That's one of your late-game weapons that is just extremely easy to use and strong. A lot of your enemies are butter when you're using that weapon, so quite frankly, you just want to feel like a badass in the zone where everything just kind of melts before you. That's kind of one of the weapons that are very great with that accuracy and power to do so. So no, very easy to see why it is a favorite to use. But still, the Vintar BC is my all-time favorite. I was honestly kind of excited to see them showcase all three of the artifact detectors. I know it seems kind of silly, but artifact hunting is such a big part of the game, and it's such a fun part of the game, and it's also such a good way to make money. I just love that they showcase that every single detector that you get to work with in the zone, because you have such a good relationship with them if you're a good stalker. You get your echo detector, which is your very first one that you normally experience. That's going to be literally as it sounds like. It is going to locate artifacts, and when it does, it is going to beep more rapidly the closer you get to it, letting you know where the artifact is, that you're more or less playing the hot and cold game is what that guy does. Hotter or colder, the hotter you are, the more beeps you're going to get. The colder, the less beeps. Bear detector is the next one you see, which is the one that I believe is in the cooling tower. If we're going to call it that, I'm going to call it that. That guy has the benefit of the echoes, but also directional location, so it is going to show you the direction of your artifact as well as give you the echo effect the closer you get. And then your last one, which is towards the end of the trailer, is the Velis detector. That is going to be your beefiest detector. It does not have the benefit of the beeps, but quite frankly, it doesn't need it because it literally just will show you on a screen exactly where the artifact is. So as long as you pay attention to the anomaly and you don't run straight into the anomaly, you can literally go straight towards it, which makes it the best, most effective one in the zone. The mutants, also another fantastic way to make money in the zone, especially early on. You get to see a handful of the mutants in this trailer. You don't get to see the newest one, the Cat Bayun, if I'm saying that right. That guy is not showing off his abilities in this trailer, but you do get to see some of the others, the first one being the Psyhounds. Love the little effect they have that when you pop the clones, if you will, it has like the little tufts of fur going everywhere. For those who don't know, Psyhounds are literally, there's one physical dog who is making essentially shadow clone jutsuing himself into a bunch of others, and they will most likely be the ones attacking you first, and shooting them is just a waste of ammo more or less for you. If you can find the original and shoot him first, you don't have to deal with them, but it's normally hanging out in the back, not being the first thing that attacks you, because it's got that cool effect. Why not shadow clone you to death if it can? Fucking weeb, I know. Controller's the next guy that you see. You get a really quick glimpse of him. love that they keep, I mean, I think everyone does, but that original Psy audio is just, I feel like that's one of the key ones. I mean, there's so many. But original Psy audio with the controller and the mind, it's just fantastic. Absolutely love it. Controller will literally fuck up your day if you don't have anti-Psy medicine, will literally just mentally screw you up. And it just fucking sucks. Last guy is the pseudo giant at the very end. Pretty much your big ol' freaking zone mutant tank motherfucker. This dude with his big ass feet will stomp it on the ground, and that will injure you unless you can time it perfectly, which I can't do it. I can never time his jump ever. I always fail. But if you can time the jump right, you can not get injured by it. Take a shotgun, kill him fast. Take grenades, chuck it at him. Be done with it. Holy shit, the poltergeist. I almost forgot about the poltergeist. So when you see the poltergeist in here, one of the neat things that you see about him that's different is it looks like he's using the environment as a shield. He's pulling up a crap ton of gravel and rock that you have to shoot around him. And for stalkers who have been in the zone already and have fought a poltergeist, we all know how annoying it is to shoot them. The hitbox can be super janky on them. Sometimes it can take a while to get them down because that really fucking janky hitbox. Don't know if it is going to be the same, but them having some kind of shield capability is going to suck. Not only that, but I'm guessing it's possibly going to also have that ability to shrapnel that as well. And most of the time, the objects that poltergeists throw are bigger objects that you can either shoot down, like if it is a crate, or it might be something more damaging like a barrel or whatever. But they're normally pretty big objects that you can see coming, and you just have to avoid normally one or so larger objects. But if that decides it's going to shrapnel all of that at you, you're going to need some fucking band-aids. Holy shit. I'm thinking it's going to be able to do that. Anomalies are another thing that get a really good highlight in this trailer. You get to see about 5 or 6 of them. First one that you get to see is the Tesla anomaly at the very beginning. Essentially, that is a moving fork and electric socket. Don't go over there. You'll be fine. You won't get shocked and die. The next one looks like a space anomaly in Ross Talk. Space anomaly is essentially an anomaly that distorts space and time into a wormhole that is going to transport you somewhere else into the zone. Burner anomaly, we already kind of talked about that. Pretty evident in what it does. Looks amazing. Oh my gosh, don't want to touch it. Looks amazing. Bubble anomaly in the swamps, if that's what it is, or where it's at. I can't wait to see that guy. I can't wait to play with that anomaly and explore that one. It looks both cute and pretty at the same time. Adorable. Electra is going to be the next one in the tunnels. That's just your normal fork and electric socket. Don't go over there and touch it and you'll be perfectly fine. The last one, possibly. I don't know if it's an anomaly. I don't know if it's just weather. All I know is that GSC has done something that I've been wanting for years, and they put a freaking tornado in the zone, you guys. A tornado. Been wanting. I'm honestly surprised that modders haven't done this yet. I honestly thought that modders would put a tornado into the zone. One of the reasons that I keep thinking that tornadoes belong in the zone is just because when I think of tornado, for one, I am your classic good Midwestern girl, and we fear Mother Nature by a good goddamn tornado. Ugh. Tornadoes is pretty much what wreaks havoc in the Midwestern United States, if you all didn't know. But the thing about tornadoes are, if you guys have seen photos, which I'm sure everyone has, is they are as beautiful as they are deadly, which is what the zone is in a way, in a few words, is what the zone is. The zone is insanely beautiful and insanely deadly at the same time, which is what tornadoes are. So to me, tornadoes go with the zone so perfectly. I've been wanting something like this for so long. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to see that. And again, he has his artifact detector out, so I'm guessing it's an anomaly. I don't know. I don't care. I just hope that you see a good amount of them. Tornadoes are fantastic. Thank you, GSC. All right, I'm going to wrap this up, but I do have one more thing that I want to touch base on that I was kind of keeping an eye out for while watching this trailer. So in the scene of Skadovsk, which is the ship where they show a chunk of people together, particularly in this scene, but also throughout the whole trailer, I was wondering if we would get an answer to the question, of will we see women in the zone? And particularly, these are like the scenes that I thought that they might be dropped in if we would. For those who don't know, in the original Stalker series, canonically, there are no female characters in the zone. From what I understand, the reason for this just had to really do with like a developmental thing with developing the models for them or something to that nature. But nevertheless, there are no women in the zone, and a lot of people will make their ideas of why there isn't women in the zone as far as a story standpoint or what they believe is a logical standpoint for why there wouldn't be women in the zone. But there's a lot of it's become a long time joke in the Stalker community that there is no women in the zone, and so it is a good curiosity of are they going to have it in 2. And I was wondering if this trailer was going to possibly have a lady in it or not, and particularly in a scene like a Skadovsk where you have kind of a lot of people gathered. I was thinking you might spot one in the crowd, but we did not. So either there still is going to be no women in the zone, or GSC is having that be like one of their top secrets. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's insightful. Not the deepest dive that you can find. I'm quite the surface level little stalker here. But go check out the trailer. Again, if you haven't, links are going to be down below. Absolutely amazing. So far, Stalker 2 is going to come out September 5th. And I can't wait. Bye! Female power!